What's up, guys? Matt Moda here with Crossing Broad, and we're going to talk about the Red Sox versus Phillies game today, and I'm going to give you my favorite home run predictions for this game. Obviously, as I mentioned, we got Red Sox versus Phillies tonight. We're talking Monday, July 21st. Phillies desperately need some positive momentum for this game and for this series. They've now lost 3 straight series after a relatively lifeless 8-2 loss to the Angels yesterday. They lost 2 of those 3 games. That now makes it the 3rd straight series in which they've lost 2 out of 3 games. The pitching really failed the Phillies this past weekend. Even in the game they won, they still gave up 5 runs, something like that. So again, really need a good game tonight. Luckily, they got Zach Wheeler on the mound. Hopefully he can stop the skid tonight. You know, Wheeler did get roughed up the last time we saw him before the All-Star break, but he's the NL Cy Young favorite, should be trusted to bounce back from that. I think we have enough goodwill built up with Zach Wheeler. But again, going to talk about home runs in this video specifically. Before we do that, I would like to just do a quick recap from last time you saw me, which would have been Friday's game. Now, Jesus Luzardo, we were able to cash out him going over 6.5 strikeouts. I'm not going to sit here and say that it wasn't sweaty or that he pitched well, but he did strike out 7 Angels, which is all that we needed him to do. We only had 1 play in that game, so I'm glad we were able to cash that out. And then before we get into today's picks, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the video, comment, let me know your thoughts. And then more importantly, go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING to get started. Take advantage of the sign-up offers on BetMGM, and then look at everything else offered in the app and take advantage of these home run predictions on BetMGM as well. For my first play for today, let's go with Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. He is offered at plus 290 odds at BetMGM. That's the best offered price there. Obviously, whenever you go with Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run, it's going to be incredibly chalk. But when he's on the run that he is currently on, it makes sense just to continue to back him, honestly. Now, he did not hit a home run yesterday. He hit a home run both on Friday and on Saturday. So I think there's enough goodwill. Similar to Zach Wheeler, we can't forgive one game where Schwarber did not hit a home run. He still had 2 hits above 100 miles per hour yesterday. That's kind of what I look for in terms of exit velocity. Like, how often are you hitting the ball above 100 miles an hour? He did that twice yesterday. That's perfectly acceptable. So all good there. The pitching matchup is really good for the Phillies tonight. Now, obviously, I'm taking 2 home run picks in this game, but there really should be home runs hit. Walker Buehler is pitching for the Red Sox. Been among the worst home run starting pitchers in all of baseball this year. Looking at every single pitcher that has thrown at least 70 innings this year, he's got the 3rd worst home run per 9 in the entire MLB at 1.96. That in and of itself is terrible. But when you look at him even recently, over the last 5 weeks, home run per 9 of 2.45. He's allowed a home run every basically 15 at-bats over his last 5 starts. That is horrendous. Now, the weather for today in Philly, even though it's a hot Philly day in July, it's actually not the best weather-specific day for home runs. The reason why is there's somewhat strong winds, like 9 miles per hour blowing in from left field. So normally you obviously want the wind blowing out, or you want it just to not be any wind at all. Winds blowing in are not ideal. It is from left field as opposed to from right field. So if Schwarber does pull one, it won't be severely impacted by the wind. It's not as hot as it has been as well. But when you take into account the Phillies' home stadium and the weather, it's still a positive home run game in general. Ballpark Pal has this as a plus 12% home run index. So even though the weather is not incredible, it's not like it's bad, just to be very clear about that. Now, to go back to Walker Buehler, I did just want to mention the weather a little bit. Technically, Walker Buehler does have worse numbers against right-handed hitters than he does against left-handed hitters. His home run per 9 against lefties over the last 5 weeks, 1.61. Definitely nothing to be scared of, nothing to fear or anything like that. Now, Buehler has a pretty wide pitch mix. Like, he throws like 5-6 pitches, but the 2 main ones that he throws, the 2 most common pitches that he throws to left-handed hitters are the four-seam fastball and the cutter. Kyle Schwarber has fantastic numbers against both of those pitches from right-handed pitching. Against the four-seamer, 273 ISO rate. Against the cutter, 389 ISO rate. So really good numbers against both of those pitches. I'm very confident that Kyle Schwarber is going to hit a home run tonight. Let's hope he does at plus 290 odds. Next up, let's continue the chalk train and go with Bryce Harper. Take him to hit a home run. He is offered at BetMGM at plus 333. So Yeah, if we're going to go with Schwarber, might as well go with Harper as well. Harper also hit a home run on Friday and Saturday. He actually had 2 home runs on Friday, but we just need him to hit one tonight. So that does also mean that both Schwarber and Harper hit home runs on Friday and Saturday. Now, Bryce also did not hit a home run yesterday, but he had 1 hard hit that was above 100 miles an hour. And Harper's just been on fire recently. Now, Schwarber's been great the entire year. Harper has been like a hit. He's been hit or miss on the year. He has really been a hit recently. You look at his last 7 games. I'm not talking about last 7 days because there was obviously the All-Star break, but his last 7 games played, 8 barrels, 15 hard hits in those 7 games. That is that's very impressive. Hitting 4 home runs in this stretch as well. Now, Harper desperately needed to go on a run like this. Has really struggled since returning from that wrist injury that kept him out a while. So it's nice to see him as locked in at the plate as he is. Obviously, Harper enjoys the same benefits as Kyle Schwarber going up against Walker Buehler. And Bryce has really good head-to-head numbers against Buehler as well. I'm not a huge batter versus pitcher guy, but when you only have so much to go off of, I'll at least mention it. Small sample size, but he's got 6 total plate appearances against Walker Buehler. Now, he was walked 3 times. Let's hope that he doesn't get walked 3 times again tonight. But in the 3 actual at-bats, Harper's got a home run and a double against Walker Buehler. That's pretty impressive. Harper also has fantastic numbers against Buehler's pitch mix of the 4-seamer and the cutter as well. You look at both of those pitches. You look at the entire season, even in a year in which Bryce hasn't quite been himself all year. We're talking 15.79% barrel rate, 55.81% hard hit rate, and a 41.86% flat ball rate against both of those pitches from righties on the entire year. Those are very impressive numbers. So all in all, I love Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper to hit a home run. It doesn't take a genius to come up with those two, but if one of them hits a home run, we're making money. And as long as the money counts, money's real, that's all that matters. I appreciate everybody for watching. Schwarber, again, plus 290 at BetMGM. Harper, plus 333 at BetMGM. Go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING to get started, to get in on the action. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Also, make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.